Yay.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
good evening.
You are listening to me? Hello, my voice is coming. You hear my voice?
Are you talking to me? Okay.
Yes, yes.
I hear your voice.
I do. I do.
I do
Oh,
too.
very good.
I
At least.
hear your voice.
Hi.
You hear my voice?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it should be. So everyone is here. Very good. So we don't see. So last session we discussed about there are two kinds of a lifestyle. One lifestyle is based on incomplete knowledge, and other lifestyle is based on the complete knowledge. So if we have a complete knowledge of the event, of the situation, of the condition, there is no reason to be stressed. There is no reason at all. There is no reason to be anxious. There is no reason to react. But what happens that the mind goes back again to the incomplete knowledge. What is that? You are responsible for my stress. And we forget it. So when you forget that no one is responsible for my sorrow and the suffering in my life, I forget it. After forgetfulness, what happens? I blame you. So when I blame you, so I have millions of the thoughts of blame, complaint, and reaction against you. Then what happens? Then I enter into another layer of incomplete knowledge. I have millions of the thoughts, and my mind starts wandering and distracted, and I keep on blaming you, and my life continues with millions of the thoughts of wandering and distracted. Look at the way our masters have understood this. So, my mind should not move again and again on the incomplete knowledge that results into uh, a lifestyle based on ignorance. We should be practicing daily until we raise our awareness, we start living in peace and happiness. Not the only one session, 1 hour, oh, your session is very good. No, that will not work. So every time you say session is good, are you good is more important to me. You are good. You are doing good in your life. That is more important to me. Not that I gave you the practice. So I gave you the practice, then the practice is reduced to a pill. Whenever you take a pill, your headache is gone. So it will not work. That is not the journey of Eastern wisdom. So in the last session, we discussed incomplete knowledge is claimed as full knowledge, as a complete knowledge, and then the suffering starts. Have you ever experienced that one day? Oh, it might have happened many a times. that you are in front of a person whom you hate, and your mind, your face gestures, your emotions, everything changes. You have lot of the thoughts started moving inside you. You your mind takes a reactive stand. Oh, let him come and then I will tell him. Who is responsible for the wandering mind? You have to take care of your own mind. So it means the mind is dictating you. When the incomplete knowledge is claimed as a full knowledge, suffering starts and never comes to an end. Because my mind acquires the same habit. I do it with you, I can do it with others. The same mind is doing for it for others. So that is why we say, oh, you return home after fighting with the boss and then you start fighting with the honey. Because mental state is the same. Think, I'm not saying that you have to believe it. You have to understand how the masters have laid down these simple principles to understand our own mind. So, incomplete knowledge comes from the sense organ and the mind. But why? Senses are limited. Mind is limited. How come the senses are limited? My eyes can see the color and the form, but cannot hear the sound. So it is limited. The ears can only hear the sound, cannot feel and experience the touch. So it is limited in nature. Limited means incomplete. And how the mind creates the thought based on perception, processing of the information from the sense organ. I hate this guy, I go into anxiety in presence of him. So you see the limited knowledge, incomplete knowledge. So when I'm simply aware, oh, sense organ in the mind, don't give me the incomplete knowledge. You simply say it and the mind is free. But when you remember this, then only you can say it. If you don't remember, you cannot see. In order to remember, I need a higher level of awareness. What I should do for the higher level of awareness? Regular practice. What regular practice includes? The Shanti mantra should be done regularly without fail. Listening and learning. When you listen and learn, then you contemplate and reflect and prepare a summary for home, for yourself. So when you are writing and contemplating and reflecting, that knowledge of the intellect starts descending down into the heart, and that will change the mind. Otherwise, you keep on listening even for 50 years, nothing is going to happen. Think. Think that you have to think and contemplate and reflect. You see, the master is pointing out the incomplete knowledge or ignorance by many metaphor and examples. One example is clay pot versus clay. You take a clay pot and ceramic pot, cup, coffee cup. Now show me where is the cup. Wherever you point your finger, it is clay. I see only the clay. I don't see the clay pot. Whether you point out at the bottom, on the top, on the side, on the handle, it is all clay. What it means? The clay pot, the name and the form, in appearance, it is limited, but the reality is clay. Same way, applied. This body of the name and the form is in appearance, the real self is the real. Whether you have 10 cups of ceramic or clay in your home or my home or everybody's home, it is the common factor is the clay. Oh, it is all clay. The same way, the real self is one. Your name may be Sophie, maybe John, and Charlie, or Girish, or Meet. You can do that level of awareness we need in order to discover the real self. So once I recognize that it is all clay, it is all real self, my mind can easily drop, my mind can easily drop the incomplete knowledge. Right? Incomplete knowledge results into delusion. So it gives me an idea of a delusion. A person in front of you, the mind has a hatred, he does not know, and you are already full of rage. You have millions of the thoughts in your mind. Your mind has started wandering, and you start claiming, blaming that he is responsible or she is responsible. Think. I've been saying, think, reflect on it. And when you reflect, when you are able to say that I am crazy, it is not that he made me crazy, then you start the journey of the self discovery. You cannot handle your mind and you want to handle the mind of others. The moment it takes over the mind, you take over the mind. That is self awareness. So, no, it is not happening. Regular practice. I told you, regular practice, listening and learning. So, today, ready to destroy the delusion from your mind, we will discuss some of the aspects how we should be ready to destroy the delusion from your mind, start living in wisdom. Opposite of delusion is wisdom. Or you can say, recognize the delusion in daily living and start dissolving there and then. It can dissolve. How it can dissolve? Shanti Mantra, I told you. I have a thoughts of hatred, anxiety, duality, and a conflict that causes the mind wandering. I wake up in the morning, Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, let everyone be happy. But the mind says, no, except that guy who made me crazy. But you still insist. Your mind is, let everyone be happy, including him. Mind still says no. And you still say, let everyone be happy. You have to insist. You have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. Then only the life will change. Otherwise, there is no way to change the life. Yes, there is other way. You take lot of pills. Already, medical insurance is going to rise next year with the new president. The choice is yours. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. So, not only when you are doing it regularly and you contemplate and reflect, you insist your crazy mind, no, don't go there. Let everyone be happy. What I have to do? I have not given birth to that guy or to my honey, to my, oh, let everyone be happy. Let everyone be free from illness. Let everyone be blessed. Let no one suffer from. We appreciate, Buddha was full of compassion. I can also be full of compassion when you start repeating this mantra. By saying that, Buddha is full of compassion, that statement either it comes from the ego or it comes from a seeker. When it comes from a seeker, I am changing. Lot of stuff in Eastern wisdom. So You're doing the Shanti mantra, and I gave you the acronym of the Shanti mantra. H, heart. H means happiness. E means eliminate illness. Second line, let everyone be free from illness. You simply sing mentally wherever you go. Why? To live in higher self awareness. Why? To get freedom from the incomplete knowledge. Why? To enter into the right knowledge. Why? That will change my life, behavior, attitude. So H means happiness, let everyone be happy. E means eliminate the idea of an illness. A, auspicious, let everyone be blessed. R means relieve suffering. Let suffering be relieved from everyone's life. What will happen by this statement? What is happening by the statement when you say someone that you are crazy? What happens then? I know you may argue, your mind may argue, what will happen if I do this? So what happens, when you say that you are crazy and that he starts fighting? You already know you have created an unfavorable situation. And T means the tranquility. But how to get rid of this? You can get rid of this by, you can get rid of this. I'm not lifting it. You can get rid of this by Shanti mantra, heart, happiness for all, true happiness, eliminating the illness. The idea of that illness, idea of the suffering. I'm into anxiety, I'm burning. And then I say, you are responsible. A, auspicious one, relieves suffering, and T means the tranquility, tranquility. So understanding this wandering mind, now we are going a little deeper, how to understand this wandering mind in dream and in waking state, and then we will compare it with the sleep state. Why? So that the things becomes clear, how the mind reacts, works, or how should I work on the mind. So in the dream and the waking state, only difference that the event, situation, people, relationship in the dream state stays for a very shorter period. And in a waking state, it stays for a longer period. Otherwise, there is no difference between the working of the mind in the waking and in the dream state. There's hardly any difference. You see the fearful dreams and you are scared. So you have a fearful situation in the world outside. What happened to my heart? Nothing happened. And anything happened because of you. No, he caused me heart attack. No, I'm responsible. So in dream state, it happens, it's a virtual event, but event is more or less, it is the same. Same way, the virtual body is working, the virtual mind is working because my physical body keep lying. And in dream, we understand that. In the waking state, this body and the mind is working. So if I have a heart attack in the dream, nothing happens. It's a virtual event because it's another body. It's a dream body. It's a dream mind. Here it's what we say, the physical body and the mind. The only difference between the two is shorter period and one is stays longer. Say, for example, if you're getting a dream of a hatred against me continuously for about a week, and after a week, it passes on to a waking state. I don't want to attend the session of this crazy guy. So it happens. So we allow the mind to get. So we are dealing with the crazy thoughts, distractions, and wandering mind causes pain, problem, anxiety, fear, and frustration. If I have those thoughts, and I have repeated again, I'm repeating conventional methods to change behavior pattern. We discussed about the conventional methods for learning. Conventional methods are pragmatic approach to change behavior pattern. The change of the thought and the feeling, the change of action, the change of personality will come. I have to revisit all the conventional methods of yajna, of charity, of tapa, of faith, of samdhana. If I don't contemplate on them, then what is happening? I have an intellect. I have understood what you said. But mind that is full of that incomplete knowledge is not ready to transform. Knowledge does not directly transform the mind. So these six conventional method helps you to do it pragmatically, practically, realistically. So because the impurities of the mind can be dropped only when I put these principles into action. No one hates the honey, but for example, I'm saying, just take it example. You react to your honey. Now you have recognized this is the problem. So tomorrow, from tomorrow in the morning, oh, he likes or she likes coffee or tea. I will definitely offer coffee and tea. Why? I have to crush that reaction in my mind. So that practical approach is the conventional method. That is going to change you. So that will help you raise your awareness. That is why we have a conventional methods of the purification of the mind. But you simply what happens? Contemplation, reflection is very important. But what happens if you don't put it into the practice? This contemplation and reflection becomes daydreaming. Ah, I'm dreaming that I'm not reacting. It will not work. I have to put into action. Do you see the subtle nature of understanding? You see, look at it this. So all these conventional practices helps me how to bring my mind to the task. Mind is working on me by these conventional methods. How to work on the mind? It will happen. And when it happens, then you enter into a complete knowledge. I gave you an example of a clay pot in the clay, understanding. And another example that we give the waves in the water. We all are waves here. Every individual is like a wave, but essence is the water. Essence is one. That essence is pure consciousness. That pure consciousness is the real self. And that real self is of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. And that is our goal. At the individual level, it is the reflected consciousness. When I say I'm an individual, and after that, another layer of ignorance that I'm a husband and a wife, and the next layer is that you make me crazy, you make me happy. That is, I'm seeking pleasure and happiness outside, and that causes the endless suffering. That causes the mind keeps on wandering all the time. Systematic, step by step understanding. But it is what I said that as an individual level, it is a reflected consciousness. What it means? that the rays of the sun falls on the mirror. That mirror is the mind, and that reflected light on the wall is an individual. So we have gone too far from ourselves, according to the Eastern wisdom. Did you understand it? Sun is the real self. It does not change, but it is always full of peace and happiness. But when it falls on the mind, and that mind reflects the image somewhere else, that somewhere else is an individual, is a husband and a wife, is crazy and stressed and distressed. That is causing the wandering mind. Otherwise, the mind has nothing to want. Now, what happens in sleep? Sleep, the body and the mind is not there. Think, just for a while, think. So we have transcended the body and the mind. We are already settled in the real self, but we are not conscious. That is why the sleep does not bring any transformation. What is meditation? Simple. You are consciously transcending the body and the mind. That is why we say, be carefree, let any thought come and go. Let the mind be crazy. Don't worry about it. You become crazy, I'm separate from you. In sleep, we exist. At least until today, we have been existing. We have slept for 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years, 80 years, and so on. We still existed. It means in the sleep, that consciousness is ever present. We cannot deny it. Minus body and the mind. But minus body and the mind does not mean we have left the body and the mind. Again, I return to the waking state in the next day. I hope everyone, including me, will wake up tomorrow again. So you see the what is exactly is the meditation, the meditative state, or you can say the sleep state. Compare both. In the sleep state, I'm unconscious, even though I am settled in the real self. But in meditation, I am fully aware that I'm settled in the real self. Because I'm settled in the real self, I become aware that I am not the body, I am not the mind. Mind, you are wandering, keep on wandering. When the I-ness is not attached to the wandering mind, how long the mind will wander? Think. There is no question of wandering. You're speeding the car and suddenly you brake it. You paddle on the brake. Yeah, it will move for another 5 or 10 meters. It stops. Mind stops wandering. When the I is not attached. What is that I? False I is not attached. Why the false I is not attached? Incomplete knowledge. Let the real I now constantly reflect on the mind. It has no grudge against it. So mind is always naturally steady in the calm. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed. Find out the most comfortable position of your body, whether you are sitting or lying down. Condition is that it is better not to fall into sleep. Position of the body and the posture. Check again. Place, posture, position of the body. And the best thing is to become aware of the space all around your body. all around your body. Become aware of 1 foot of the space all around the skin of your body. Why? Because the mind should recognize that whatever is happening outside is totally separate and different from me. And then we move to being comfortable. Move the mind on the entire body with awareness of the space all around your body. I can tell you that you are fully aware that the room and the space in the room and the articles in the room are separate from you. So, where the problem comes, the mind virtually attaches. Why it is attaches? Because it is seeking happiness from a person, situation, and event, from the bank account, for example, or from a person. So that understanding is required. So you become aware of the entire body with awareness of the space all around your body and experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You have changed the direction of the mind. When you change the direction of the mind, it's a very tricky way we are dealing with the mind by being comfortable. Because mind is attached outside to the situation, person, things, etc. Now you change the direction because you're looking at the body. The world is left around, but the world is left with the space all around your body. Another way to deal with the mind. And then with that space, the situation, even people are different, then you become carefree. Any thought has an object pertaining to the world. You cannot have any thought without an object or a situation or event or a time or relationship. Oh, so you have already recognized, no, that is why we say in being carefree, let the thought come and go. Let the thought come and go. That is. So you are recognizing, you have moving mind from incomplete to the complete knowledge that the guy with whom I get crazy is sleeping at his home. What I have to do with that? That knowledge, that understanding should be, oh, bank account, bank is empty. What I have to do with this now? Bank is full. What I have to do with it now? My honey is causing me, what I have to do with the honey at this moment? I already see the space all around. I'm a different entity, totally separate and different from the world. Oh, that cools down your mind. And then the next step we have done that we should recognize more and more, deeper and deeper, the physical body. Physical body, senses, 5 sense organs, and 5 motor organs. Because they have become habitual and impulsive. Even if the mind doesn't think, our these senses becomes impulsive in nature. So you become aware of the physical body with the senses, and then we have a subtle body. Why it is known as the subtle body, I cannot perceive through the sense organs, but I can recognize the thought, feeling, and the sensations which is going on in the mind. That is why it is subtle body. No one sees what is going on in my mind, but I can see, I can feel. So I become and then what is the cause of it? Oh, the cause of it is the causal body. Now, can you really understand why? So simple. Oh, it is the past impressions, the way I lived with a particular behavior and attitude in my life, and I have been living and accumulating more and more impressions that forms the causal body. Why we say it is a causal body? It is the cause of the subtle body, the mind, and it is also the cause of physical body. But that I don't understand. How come it is a cause of the physical body? That is coming up in the following sessions. I will make everything clear what I speak, so you need not to worry about it. Just remember, behind that causal body is our real self. And there we have to add, huh? At that state we have Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, let everyone be happy. You are saying in your mind, to your mind, let everyone be happy. And if the mind returns with a name in the form, accept that one, you insist, you persist. Sarve Santu Niramaya, let everyone be healthy, well being. But the mind keeps its reservation. When you repeat it daily, then you will recognize how the mind reserves. One day it is not going to happen. Third line is Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Let everyone be blessed. And fourth, let no one suffer from, relieve suffering. I gave you an acronym of the heart. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let there be peace, peace, and peace. So when you sit on contemplation by this, your mind is going to change. Mind is going to change. So that is our stage one of the meditation practice. In the second stage, last time we did something very passively, but today we will do something active. So, what is that active? You look inside your head in the space, keep your awareness on the space, keep your awareness in the space, and you start breathing quick and long and fast into the chest. Long in the hissing breath, long and hissing breath into the rib cage. How come? So that you expand your ribs equally during inhale and exhale. It is not the short and the quick breath. You check is that your rib cage expand completely and your rib cage contract and squeeze completely. It squeezes and it expands. And continue doing it. Anyone can do it. You will start getting new experiences. So it is okay. What are those experiences? Maybe an experience of tingling, of numbness, of some freshness. It is okay. That is also, that is okay. So continue breathing into your you are still breathing. continue. We are doing it minimum for 3 minutes. Normally, it is done for 9 minutes minimum. And now stop it. Pay attention to the flow of the breath. Now you're not doing anything. You're just experiencing how the breath returns to its normal state. You are watching the flow of the breath in the state of stillness in the body. You're also watching whether the flow of the breath is equal through both the nostrils or not. That is another uh, journey of another path of the Eastern wisdom. Through the flow of the breath, we go deeper into our mind. So I picked up only the one. If the flow of the breath through both the nostrils are equal, you can make an easy transition to a higher state of meditation. If it is the flow of the breath through both the nostrils are continuous and equal, you can easily transcend the body and the mind. So that comes, yes, it can come, it can happen now, or it will take some time. So now in that state, you inhale deep, silent, and slow. How you inhale deep, silent, and slow? Inhale and exhale. You first inhale into the belly, then into the rib cage. So both expand completely, both expand. And then exhale, deep, silent, and slow, first from the belly, and then from the rib cage. You see, this mind is tricky always. When you were doing the breathing, when you were breathing faster, the mind says it is too much. And when you are breathing the relaxed way, mind will still, mind will still be wandering. That is why we do the opposite practices. But in order for the mind not to wander, so first thing that you watch your inhalation, your belly expands, your rib cage expands as if you are breathing until the throat. Lips remain together. While breathing out, you make the humming sound louder, deeper, longer. Mm. So carefully and consciously, you are breathing out with a humming sound as deep, as long as possible. It will also prevent you sleep and it will also help you to go deeper. Mm. 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 Now stop it. We go a little deeper away from these three bodies. How? Looking at the head and the neck and experience. What do you experience? Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Moving the mind on the right arm, you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind is moving on the left arm from the shoulder to the fingertips, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Mind moving on the middle portion of the body from the shoulder down to the waist and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind is moving on the right leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. On the left leg, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Entire body. Now looking at the breath again, simply looking at the breath. So how keep the mind engaged on the awareness of the breath. How? That is what I we have done many a times. Become aware of the flow of the breath, become aware of the breath going in and out, become aware of the sensation of the breath that you feel inside the nose So by the three-pointed awareness, your mind is engaged. Sometimes it feels the sensation, it's okay. Sometimes it knows breath is going in or out, that is also okay. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences, and bring the hands down. We'll share our experiences. How are you, Sophie?
I'm very good, Girish. Thank you. I was during the humming sound. I was noticing my hands were like pushing.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I relaxed, and then at the end, with the slow breathing, it was like each time I exhaled, I felt my body dissolving,
Oh,
melting. Yeah.
very good. That's melting is transcending the body. So we need not to be scared. It's a good practice, good experience.
Yes.
Hi,
Thank you.
Charlie.
Hi, I'm good. Yeah, I too felt like I felt everything sort of dropped away. I was aware of the space, but I felt like I was in a different space. Yeah, I can't really describe it any differently.
Yeah. I think, I can get it. That is the similar experience with a different experience. So it's again the good state. How are you, Mead?
I felt so many of my nervousness truly drop away.
Okay,
And
good.
my voice just dropped in, and I felt so clear.
Very good.
Oh.
You have to remain clear from today onward.
Oh.
Very good. How are you, Anne?
Yeah, I feel quiet. I feel good. I feel maybe stronger than before,
Very good.
emotionally stronger.
Yes. Yes. It is happening. That's really good.
Okay.
How are you, John?
Hey, Girish, I'm fine. I feel pretty rested. I'm pretty sure that I did not fall asleep, so
Very good.
so I feel rested.
Very good. Yes. You did not feel sleep. That is a good point. That is definitely a little higher state. And that is all for today. We'll meet again next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
You.